Crypto billionaire CDLAM back with another daily in-depth technical analysis video. If you guys, thank you first of all for stopping and hit that subscribe and like button. And let's get straight into the charts. So as you can tell, we are seeing the Wednesday pump we've been looking for. Yes, go ahead, drop a G in the chat for a genius, because I mean I called it like on Friday. So we did see the pump. That's exactly good, but it still matters what happens in the future. So let's get into some levels. What we want to see, what we don't want to see. So Dogelon Mars is currently up almost 10% today, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool, but that doesn't really mean much if tomorrow we end up dumping. So what we really do want to see today, in the crypto markets at least, I made most of my money in the stock markets trading Tesla puts today, actually. Believe it or not. Tesla's up like $35, 15% right now. Starting to dump its butt off. But anyways, back to Dogelon Mars. We want to see this pump preferably above this 1288 level by the end of the day. So then tomorrow we have a higher chance of it holding, okay? If not, if it doesn't pump to that, we need to see then tomorrow it pumps up and pushes above this 1288 level for a sign that this could be the bottom, okay? If it rejects off this or gives any sort of price action that indicates weakness around this level, it means we could just be going into a consolidation period for the next few months, okay? So keep that in mind. And that's also with the stock market as well. If we start to see a huge rejection here soon, we could be going into a consolidation period. If we continue to see it pump, then that could mean the bottom has been put in and we are off to the races again. So yeah, let's keep that in mind. The 1288 level is our current level of resistance. Our current level of support is all the way down here at these perfect 10 levels. So these are just fundamental analysis. If you want to learn fundamental analysis, very in-depth, taught by me, myself, and I, go ahead and email me at mycryptomoves@gmail.com, and we can talk about getting you over a private YouTube course that goes over all this stuff. Candlesticks, all the stuff, all the good stuff. I'm not going to say it all here, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. I want to go ahead and take a quick look at Bitcoin, because we saw it hit 74K right back here, and that was yesterday. So yeah, we saw it hit 74K yesterday. It's almost up almost $10,000 just today, which is absolutely cool to see. And there could be multiple reasons for this, okay? This is why I'm still very skeptical about the market, and you should be too. Because right here, the worst case scenario is it's just mom and pop retail investors buying. Okay, that's the worst case scenario, because that incentivizes big money to dump it even more and take their money and put puts on the market that's already tanking. Okay, keep in mind what's going on. Do I believe this is the bottom? I don't know, but there are multiple different scenarios that we have to play in our head so that we could be prepared and follow the clues to make the most amount of money. And the other scenario that I see here is that the government is starting to stimulate the economy again. This is the better scenario. The government's stepping in here and starting to stimulate the economy with the tariffs that they just imposed on China. I don't know if they've released that or not. This is all theory, but that would be good, because that would give retail investors and big money even more reason to buy this dip. Okay, so if this is just retail buyers seeing that the market dropped, a lot in the past month, and they're just buying this dip, that could be bad, because it's going to incentivize a lot of the big hedge funds, corporations, and algorithms to dump the crap out of this and take these retail's money. Because keep in mind, a lot of retails have bought down here. So that big money, if they're incentivized to make money, they're going to they're going to sell and push it back down here to take those retail money. And then it will consolidate for the next however long in order to get more retail buyers in, or government or big money. Okay, so keep that in mind. What does that mean for us? That means that we have to watch very closely on this price action coming up soon, because if it's retail buyers, we're going to see some major resistances come up here. We're going to see some points that it already looks very manipulated. I was day trading options today, and I haven't seen, every time I've seen the charts do this type of stuff, it's just hecka manipulated by big money, and a unexpected move is coming. Right now, everyone believes, this was the bottom, it's going to keep going, but we could come up to a point where we just can't break through it. And that point is where the algorithms, the big money, the billionaires, the hedge funds are selling the crap out of this thing to create artificial resistance to push it back down. And then they're going to bet against the market and take all these mother truckers' money. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is one very reasonable and plausible option that we can be seeing right now. Now, let's say the government comes out with news tomorrow, because right now all the hedge funds are thinking it's not time yet. We have to wait. But if by tomorrow the government doesn't come out and say they're not funding, the government doesn't come out and say they're funding the market, right? So they're still not funding the market. That will give more of an incentive for this to reverse and go continue to the downside, okay? But if they do come out with some sort of good news about the tariffs, about profits, about national debt, about GDP, about stimulating the market, reinvesting some tariffs back into major companies for relocating back into the U.S. so they don't have to make stuff in China. See, that would be great news. That will push the market higher. But if we don't see something like that by tomorrow, we're probably going to hit a level that will just send this market even lower than this 74K on Bitcoin, okay? So, keep that in mind. We are in a very uncertain time. That's why I love to day trade, because you can just get in and out. This morning I woke up, looked at the charts. I was in and out and made 16% in about 10 minutes just from looking at it, and then using the RSI and getting in and out and not being greedy and being patient. Now, the patience is all around. The patience isn't only when you're in the trade, it's also before you get in the trade, because the way you make money is when you get in the trade. And the best way to make money is get in at the perfect moment. So waiting and being patient for that perfect moment, and then jumping on that perfect moment when you have the split second time to do so, and then getting out when you have that split second time to do so is important. And that is what will make you consistently profitable. You can't be greedy. You have to be patient, not only with your entries, but also with your exits. And you will make money. But sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you doubt yourself. That's where all these human emotions come into play, which are really good, by the way, because once you understand and reprogram your mind, you also start to realize everyone else is feeling this at this moment. So, yeah, guys, we are seeing a reversal currently, okay? This looks good right now, but keep in mind this could be just another pump before we continue lower. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it is an option. Or this could be a pump that indicates a reversal. What's most likely to happen, I think, is for us to head even lower at this current point in time. Until we get some good news that stimulates the big money to step in here and continue to buy, as well as retail investors. We need everyone to buy and everyone to have an optimistic outlook on the economy for the next 3 years. And then I can see Bitcoin going up to those 148K levels. Right up to those 148K, pushing through all-time highs. Dogelon Mars, whoever listened to me right now, we'll make so much freaking money. We're going to see a pump like crazy if we get some good news here soon. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for. I don't think the people in our government right now, I think they want the best for the market. Of course, to make them look good, but also to make the money and everyone else money and make our country stronger. So we should see something. We should see something step in here soon that will indicate our markets are going to all-time highs again. And if we don't, that's okay, because we'll see even more opportunities in the future to get in and buy. And if you're not day trading, or if you don't know how to bet against the market, I highly suggest you email me at mycryptomoves@gmail.com so we can talk about getting you that course that will teach you how to bet against the market and what to look for, how to get in and out and make money, no matter what the charts are doing. Okay, you can also look it up online and watch like an hour, 2 hour, 3, 4, 5 hour long video on YouTube, but those mother truckers are just reading out of a textbook. It's like high school. They have no previous experience. I've been doing this for 6 years, so not to toot my own horn or anything, but I have a little more experience than most of those people who are just teachers. I'm actually doing this alongside you guys, so if I make money, you guys make money. If I lose money, I mean, it depends. You guys could lose money too. But I don't lose money very often. And this is not financial advice. This is simply opinions from my crypto billionaire 69 mind. So that's what we're looking at. Dogelon Mars, of course, we're seeing the bounce. Now we're officially up over 10% on the day. If I were to bet right now, I'd bet against a dump. I bet against a pump. So I'd bet for a dump. Moving into the end of the day here, as we hit an all-time high around this 130 mark in 10 minutes, I think we could see a reversal here. So that's at least what the charts are looking for. It's looking like we're going to pump really hard, and then we're going to dump really hard to reset everything for tomorrow. So keep that in mind. And yeah, what else can we get into here? Let's go ahead and just scroll through these coins and see what is making the most move in the last 24 hours. So Bitcoin's up 6. Ethereum's up 12. That's good to see. You know what's weird, though, is that Ethereum's up 12. Dogelon Mars is on the Ethereum chain, and it is only up 10. So we could see Dogelon Mars have a little more upside here soon. Solana's up 12. That's good. Dogecoin's up 10. Tron 1. Chainlink 14. AVAX 13. So going through these, right, you can see which ones are pegged to the bigger coins and which ones aren't. Like this isn't. They have a small effect when Bitcoin pumps heavily, but not much. And that could be good and bad. It's risky to be in these because when Bitcoin dumps or the bigger markets dump, these will dump, but when it pumps, it doesn't get that big of a pump. And then randomly, you'll just see a huge pump, a huge spike. So risky investments. Sui, Mantra, Bitcoin Cash, up. Hyper Liquid is up 25%. So I'm pretty sure that's the biggest one we see. Here's 20. Let's just scroll through the rest of these real quick. But I do want to check out Hyper Liquid. I never heard of that before. Here's a 30%. Fartcoin. Yo. Okay, we got to check out Fartcoin, boys. What's going on here? The market cap is 400 mil. No, sorry, that's the volume. The market cap is 730 mil. So if we get to a $10 billion market cap on Fartcoin, that would be around the 10x from here. So you put in 1,000, you withdraw 10. You put in 10,000, you withdraw 100. You put in 100,000, you withdraw a mil. You put in a mil, you withdraw 10. But Fartcoin, boys, Fartcoin. Yeah, okay. Very interesting. We were on the market on this October 24. Been in the market for a little bit. If you guys have ever played what's it called? BitLife. I'm pretty sure this is a crypto that you can invest in BitLife. It's a video game on the phone. But yeah, this thing has made me a lot of money on BitLife, so I'll keep my eyes on this. Fartcoin is a freaking cool coin too. I like the name of it. So yeah, right now I wouldn't invest into it simply because we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. We don't know what the government's gonna say tomorrow, and we could see a huge dump. I might invest if we continue to see a pump, maybe a slight retracement, like a healthy retracement. We'll use the fib levels to check that out as well. We'll just use the fib level right now if I can get onto I'll do that with Dogelon Mars, but yeah, so a healthy retracement for Dogelon Mars at this current moment would be, we're going to go to 30-minute candles for this one. Okay, so we're not even up to the highs yet. We need to break through, like I said, those 12, around these 1250s. But if we do that, a healthy retracement around that level would be back down to the tops of here around this 12 level, okay? So, yeah. If we see a retracement back down to these 12s and it bounces again, that's a really, really good sign that we're in a healthy move and we're shifting from a bearish leaning market to a bullish leaning market. And if you check here, we've already broken out of this downtrend pretty heavily. So we do want to see it retrace back down to these 12s and then bounce, because if it doesn't do that, it will just retrace back down and come back down to these lows. So, yeah. But preferably, we just see a pump all the way through. All these resistance levels, and we just continue to see it go crazy. But this is good. It's a slow start to what could potentially be a reversal. And, yeah, it's like a snowball. When you first start, like, building a snowball, it's super small. But then after a long time, you can like roll it and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger on its own. So it's good that we're starting small, but we do want to see this positive momentum continue in the future. Yeah, guys. Crypto Beanies season net. Fartcoin, let's go. Let me know if you're invested in Fartcoin in the comments. It's up 30% a day, so I mean that's pretty good. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's Fartcoin? There you are. 741 mil market cap. I want to check the market caps on this thing, on the alls. Most we've ever seen on this is 2.5 bill. And the least we've ever seen recently is 200 mil. We are currently seeing around 732. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of room for upside on this, I do believe. Fartcoin. The max supply is 1 billion Fartcoin. That name is insane. That's sick. I love it. Yeah, I could definitely see this pumping through these all-time highs and going, as well as Dogelon Mars. I'm going to favorite that. Elon, though, is still at those lows, which is really good, in my opinion. We do want to see some... it's good that we're at the lows because we have the opportunity to get in right now, but what we really need to see is this start to go mainstream again and pick up retail investors again, because that will attract big money. So Dogelon team... start doing some collabs and stuff with like influencers and TikTokers and stuff like that. It'll be worth it. And hit me up. I can help you get some deals or whatever. But yeah, we definitely need to see this thing be marketed a little bit more and pushed back up into the top 100 of coin market cap. So that would essentially mean we need the market cap of Dogelon Mars to be above Radium, which is at a 520 mil. So from these points forward, that would be a 5x for all of us whale holders before we start to see this thing actually start to fill its potential. So if you have the balls to hold, excuse my French, to hold from 100 mil, where we're at now around, to 500 mil, which is a 5x, and continue to hold. Just know, by the time we're at a $500 million market cap, we will be in the top 100 of coin market cap, which essentially means the billions are in the future. The 2 billions are in the future. The 3s, the 4s, the 5s, and maybe even up into the 10s and 20s, just like Dogecoin is sitting around. So keep that in mind. If you're okay with a 5x, just make sure not to dump the market, and preferably, sell it over time. So you don't just dump the whole coin on the rest of us. That would be great, guys. That would be amazing, especially if you're holding over 1%. And if you do dump it all at once, you won't make as much money as if you just held it and dumped it over a longer period of time. Anyways, yeah, crypto being a CNET. I will catch you guys in the next video. I would say join the Patreon, but I'm not promoting it anymore. All of you who are in the Patreon, I still keep you guys updated. So keep those alerts on. But yeah, guys, I love you so much. And let's make some money. Market cap is still pretty low, even though it's up 7% today. We used to see it around that $2.8 trillion market cap. That's good, though, because that means there's still a lot of room for growth. And it's moving over to the altcoins. It was at 17 a few days ago. So we're seeing some altcoins have more inflow on the money side, more money inflowing into the altcoins and away from Bitcoin. And we're also seeing the extreme fear right here, which is pretty crazy that we've pumped 7% and we're still seeing extreme fear. So keep that in mind. This could be a big shift for a lot of things. I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn the post notifications on. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Crypto Billionaire 69 out.